Hello and welcome to the glorious location of Brocket Hall here in Hertfordshire in the UK. The last couple of days we've gathered together 30 people from across all of the different Wunder and Wunder Kraut offices all over Europe. Every single office was represented, and the people were coming because they worked on consulting and sales in the different offices. Now on the first day, the Wednesday, we had a managing directors meet up. Every managing director from each of the countries got together because one of the things we want to do is get more groupiness, more alignment between all of the countries. And so we all shared what the strategies are, what the countries are working on, where their strengths are, what they're going to work on improving in 2016, and trying to find as much alignment between those countries as possible. One of the really interesting things was just how easily and naturally aligned the country offices were anyway. But we're going to work even harder on that and making sure there's more collaboration and supporting all sorts of efforts to share information, share ideas, and to form project teams from multiple countries each time. So during that day we talked about that, we talked about various initiatives that are going on to make budgeting easier and finances easier, and all sorts of other initiatives to get that kind of thing going. Wednesday night then everyone else arrived and we began the sales retreat, or the consulting retreat, and we got everyone who works in that kind of consultancy phase where clients first approach us and talk to us about potential projects, and we help form a project and steer a project. We got everyone together to try and work out a better process. The theme was very much around pride and professionalism, and kind of like Pride and Prejudice in this gorgeous country house location, but pride and professionalism instead. And the pride part is that feeling of craftsmanship. The idea that when you're doing something, you want to do it really well, and you want to always improve your skills, improve your techniques, and improve your tools. And then the professionalism part is that element of having kind of a process. You know there's a way you do things. It's the communication you use with the clients. It's the way that everything is wrapped up so the client has an incredibly great experience because of the professionalism of us as an organisation. So pride and professionalism was the theme. And what that meant was we looked at all the ways that the different offices sell projects and the different stages. So how clients approach us, how we respond to that, how we prepare proposals and how we pitch for that business, and then how we deal with some of the challenges along the way with that. And once we got that idea of the process and some idea of unifying that, we then looked at the tools we already have and how we could share those around, and some of the tools that we want that could make the sales process much easier. Now, at the end of the 2 days, we then had a bit of work to decide all the action points, things that we need to do in order to make everything better in the way we sell our projects. Because remember, the sales process is key, because if we get that right, we're setting the project up for success. But if we get things wrong in the sales process, we might still win the project, but have it set up wrongly, so it creates a very frustrating experience for those who are on the delivery teams. So we have a big responsibility as the consultants to set projects up well. That's selecting the right projects, setting the right expectations, setting up the right communications, and really starting things off properly. So that was the focus. There's lots of action points coming up on that. In the next week there's going to be some very quick fire actions, some low-hanging fruit that we're just going to do, and people are going to work on that next week. And then in the next month some more medium-term actions, and so you're going to start seeing things happening fairly quickly in terms of improving our proposals and our pitching and the rest of our sales. Then also we had Lewis and Alice lead a discussion on selling user experience design. It's something that as a company we've been doing but not really selling that well. And so they train the sales teams, the consultants in what UX is, all the different aspects of it, the different parts of it, from the content strategy, the information architecture, the user interface design, the I can never say it, but it's I'm going to give up. But they're going out and doing research. It's one of those words that's pretty tricky when you're at the end of a 3-day stint. So they did all of that training on how that works, and then led a workshop on how to sell design properly, so that again we're setting up projects with proper user experience design baked in from the start, rather than trying to work it around pre-existing ideas that haven't been based on data, haven't been based on user research. So it's really a key part of setting projects up properly from the start. So it's been an intensive 3 days. It's been lovely surroundings though, and that's really important as a company, that we sometimes take the time to get together and celebrate what's been going well and to look forward to the year ahead. And so the consulting team has done that and been able to put that into action, and we've had a great time, because it's also really important to share the knowledge across offices and have that social time together and make those connections so that it makes working together across all the borders so much easier and creates one company. So that's what's been happening here at Brocket Hall over the last couple of days, and you're going to start seeing some of the action from that coming into reality over the next few weeks. And someone from every office has been to this retreat, so if you want to know more, have a chat to them. Thanks very much, and that's all from Brocket Hall. Goodbye.